You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I'll like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains.
Gracious God, for every mountain you brought them over. For every trial you brought them through. For every blessing, for this we give you praise. For every late night, for every disruption, for getting these young people through this last semester, for protecting them through this pandemic. God, we come with grateful hearts. Somebody said they couldn't do it. Somebody said they wouldn't make it, but they proved them wrong, living up to their own standards and exceeding their own expectations. And so we celebrate you today. With everything we have, we celebrate you. God, you have already proven that if you can get them through this, you can get them through anything. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, nor have they even imagined the things that God has for them. So we just encourage ourselves and say, stay tuned, save the date. It's a finish, but it's also a beginning. And in the meantime, God, we just say thank you for every professor that supported, for every counselor, for every staff person, for every classmate, for every parent, for our families, for our God. You came through for us yet again, and we thank you. Amen.
Greetings. My name is Sarah Mays, Mayor for the City of Xenia. It is a privilege to be a part of this graduation ceremony, a very unique and special graduation. It is also an honor to be included in this group of highly respected and dedicated individuals who are all here to congratulate you, the Central State University graduating class of 2020. During these last weeks and months, there are a few verses that have come to mind which really started as a response to the situation we find ourselves in. But as I've thought through it more, it is also a wonderful challenge and hopefully an encouragement to each of you as graduating seniors. These are verses to consider, to take to heart, to use to grow as you step into the next chapter of your life. James chapter 1, verses 2 through 4 says, "Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing." Be encouraged, class of 2020. You are being tested. And this is not the last test you will face, even though you thought you were done with tests and exams. Approach these days, approach your life, the good and the bad, as opportunities for growth. There is joy in growth. There is reward in growth. We must always keep growing as individuals, as citizens, and as communities. You have already grown as graduates to this day, and I hope you never stop the forward momentum you are experiencing today. Congratulations to each of you. May you continue to grow in joy and in endurance.
Class of 2020, you have always been different and unique, bodacious and proud, daring and undefeatable. So here you are today, defying the odds and rising like the phoenix from the ashes of uncertainty. Welcome to your virtual graduation, the first in the history of Central State University. I can assure you that the class of 2020 will be chronicled in our history. The number 2020 is significant for so many reasons. Numerologist Simone Matthews says, 2020 is all about devotion, the work it takes to mindfully live your values through every aspect of your life. The dedication, commitment, responsibility, and enacting of a life's plan that engages you in the manifestation of your goals. It is a year of stepping up, leaping in, rising to the occasion, of courageously putting one foot in front of the other in the direction of your heart. There's no hiding this year. This calls to action is for everyone. Be ready and willing to accept the invitation that the universe is extending to you. 2020 is the year of exceptional change in the structures, the values, and nature of our modern world. And you, like everyone else, will make that change. Every one of us play an important role in bridging the shift into the universal humanity. The question is, are you ready to be the change that promotes harmony over chaos? Are you ready to choose hope over despair? Are you ready to choose self-reliance over dependency? Are you ready to choose appreciation over personal centeredness? Are you ready to choose joy over depression? Are you ready to choose optimism over pessimism? Are you ready to look deep within yourself and find your true purpose? Are you ready to build character of goodness, integrity, sincerity, and love for family, friends, community, and your alma mater? If the answer is a resounding yes, then you are truly ready to become a centurion. Sons and daughters of Central State University, there will be days of extreme anxieties and uneasiness in the world. These feelings will be an everyday occurrence. It is how you choose to respond to this uneasiness that will continue your personal growth, and you will grow more and more into your new roles and responsibilities. Do not be afraid. Go boldly. You are ready. You are the class of 2020, knowing that your tomorrows are always better than your yesterday. May God bless you and your families and keep you safe on your new journey of life. For God, for Central, for State.
Central State University graduating class of 2020. Congratulations on a job well done. To introduce you to our top scholar is to introduce you to excellence. It's not unusual for our top scholars to experience some anxiety as they move from comfort to self-exploration. Mary McLeod Bethune once said, "The progress of the world will call for the best that all of us have to give." Miss Brooke Foster from Trotwood, Ohio, has worked diligently to answer that call. She has earned the distinction of having the highest grade point average in the graduating class of 2020. A sustainable agricultural major with a cumulative grade point average of 4.0. Upon graduation, Brooke plans to pursue a career with the United States government. It is with great pride and pleasure that I invite Ms. Brooke Foster, Central State's 2020 top scholar, to the podium.
Greetings, administrators, faculty, friends, family, guests, and graduating seniors of the class of 2020. Welcome to the Central State University virtual commencement ceremony. I know that right now is a very emotional time for everyone, and this too shall pass. For family and friends, the sense of pride you have in your graduates' accomplishments is unmeasurable. You all have a sense of joy in knowing that the individual you watch grow up or grew up with has earned a college degree. Although we are living in an unprecedented time, nothing can hinder the feeling that we have as becoming graduates. Upon arrival to Central State, many of us quickly made new friends, went to the infamous cafe, and prepared to create the greatest memories of our lives. Deep down, we were all filled with that sense of fear aching in the pit of our stomachs. The fear of the unknown, the fear of failure, and the fear of nobody waking us up for our 8 o'clock classes. However, today, we face the fear of battling COVID-19, not finding the ideal job, or having the opportunity to create those monumental memories that we expected to experience as graduating seniors. I discovered for my most challenging time experiencing fear is to not live in it, overcome and prevail by not giving up, establishing a positive support system, and working hard to push beyond your limits. Shortly into the beginning of my second year here at Central State and my first year as a resident advisor, I discovered that I was going to become a mother. Fear instantly set in, and I thought to myself, what was I going to do? How was I going to finish school? What were people going to think about me? I immediately consulted with my mother and others close to me about my options. Their words of encouragement and guidance filled me with so much confidence, love, and most importantly, faith. With having such an amazing support system, I was able to create a wonderful strategic plan that allowed me to graduate ahead of time, as well as transition comfortably into commuter life. However, less than 2 months after finishing up the 2019 spring semester, I had just been in my third car accident within 6 months, lost my home to the Memorial Day tornadoes, and started entering deep into postpartum depression, as well as experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder. At this point, the enormous amounts of faith and confidence I once had began to rapidly diminish. I worked so hard in my classes, maintained a healthy pregnancy for the entire 9 months, and still gave to others even when I had nothing, but yet I could not figure out what went wrong. I could not digest why all these traumatic events were happening to me. With the armor of God and by His grace, I believe no weapon formed against me would prosper. I took things one day at a time, letting go of the stress and pressures I had placed upon myself. Through journaling, therapy, and other healthy outlets, I was able to rebuild my mental health and push through. Whatever obstacles you encounter along your journey, you have to know that there is a way over, around, or through them. These obstacles do not inhibit your progress, but they can inhibit your confidence. Take action, be accountable, and be responsible. Every person you have connected with and everything that you've ever accomplished is the result of you taking action. You have a choice. You can either be the passive victim of your circumstances, or you can be the active soldier for your own life. Just keep in mind, what you perceive as going wrong is usually the very reason that other things are going right. Thank you again to all of those who have helped me to achieve great things and perform at my highest potential. I am very honored and humbled to be recognized as the top scholar of the graduating class of 2020. To be honest, I did not expect it, but as the old saying goes, expect the unexpected. Always remember, for we are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. To my peers, do not lose sight of your goals and do not forget all that you have accomplished. As students of Central State University, we've learned a primary lesson from each other, and that's to be resilient in any situation. We all have the capacity of doing great things. We have already proven that through our attendance here today. But don't ever underestimate the power you have to be successful. You are now a Centralian for God, for Central, for State.
Greetings, Madam President, CSU trustees, and honored guests. To the Central State University graduating class of 2020, I would like to take this opportunity to say congratulations on completing this chapter of your lives' journey. We are so very proud of you. I am honored today to stand before you to introduce your senior class president, Ms. Asia Hayes. Ms. Hayes is a native of Chicago, Illinois, my hometown, and is graduating today with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Mass Communications, Broadcast Media. During her time at Central State, Asia took to heart and embraced the university's tenet of service and gave of her time and energy as a member of various service organizations. Upon graduation, she plans to pursue a career in marketing and public relations, where she may continue to advocate for and serve others. At this time, I would like to invite Ms. Asia Hayes, the 2020 Senior Class President, to deliver her address.
Good morning, parents, faculty, friends, guests, and the reason why we are here today, the class of 2020. Congratulations on a job well done. My name is Asia Hayes, and I am the president of the 2020 senior class. It is an honor for me to speak to you today, especially under these very unusual circumstances. Class of 2020, we overcame all the obstacles, no matter how unreasonable our professors may have seemed at times. We are graduating, and it feels bittersweet to finally be done. My life at Central began as a biology major, with the dream of becoming a doctor like my Aunt Lisa, then an attorney like my Papa and Aunt Adrian. Eventually, I concluded that I just want to be successful doing what I love to do, so I decided to major in mass communications. As a communications major, I was constantly pushed by one of my favorite professors, Dr. Chenwa. I was taught that in the real world, everything starts on time and that you cannot be late for anything, not even by a minute. I decided that with my communications degree, I want to use my creativity and enthusiasm towards my career in marketing and public relations. Class of 2020, our years at Central State University have been very special and meaningful in many ways. Though some of us arrived in different years and have different backgrounds, we were able to form a bond and console each other through this difficult storm. Becoming a pirate, we began our humble experience at our university. I feel it has shown us that in life, as well as Central State University, you must work hard and finesse to gain what you want in life. While attending Central State University, we were able to maintain our youthfulness and live in a different reality than others who didn't have the opportunity to attend college. We are all probably thinking that we would have more money right now if we did not attend college. If we apply what we have learned in the last few years, the benefit will outweigh the cost. Most people 18 to 20 years old could never say they had a huge water fight with the university across the street or impromptu block parties whenever the weather was hot. As marauders, we were able to watch one another grow to find their identities. We watched each other join lifelong organizations, purchase their first car, sign their first lease, and even become successful business owners. They say, you meet some of your lifelong friends in college, and I truly believe I have. My friends Jayla, Janae, Jay Morgan, and Marquise will always have a place in my heart as family. At this time, I ask the class of 2020 to stand where you are and join me to thank our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, friends, and our church families, and anyone who loved and supported us throughout our lives. Let's applaud them. Barack Obama said, change will not come if we wait for some other person or if we wait for some other time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Our class motto is 2020 Vision, yet no one will have envisioned a virtual graduation. Even though our graduation is unlike any other class, we have gotten our degrees and we did it. No one can ever take that away. I would also like to thank my Vice President, Marquez Werdick, Mr. and Ms. Senior, and my class council, for God, for Central, for State.
Says you're sleeping, but if that is true, why did they put you into the tomb? I hear my Lord weeping, but don't be ashamed. When Jesus calls your name, he's calling you. Lazarus, rise up, the Lord is calling called to her and she opened her eyes. She rose up from her slumber, now you do the same. When Jesus calls your name, Lazarus, rise up, the Lord is calling you. Come forth, O Lazarus, the Lord is calling you. Rise up, the Lord is calling you. Come on up out of that grave. Morning after sleeping in the Savior's hand, God's children's gonna wake up in the promised land. So hold your head up now and don't be ashamed. When Jesus calls your name, he's calling you. Lazarus, rise up, the Lord is calling you. Come forth, O Lazarus, the Lord is calling you. Rise up, Lazarus. Jesus is calling you. No need to be afraid. The Lord has lifted you up today. So come on out of that grave.
And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Dr. Carl Allenby. Dr. Allenby is an emergency medicine resident physician at Cleveland Clinic, Akron General, working tirelessly in pursuit of his goal to decrease mortality and prevent illness. Dr. Allenby specializes in life-saving techniques and the prevention of illness and injury progression. However, this was not always his job. He discovered his childhood passion of becoming a doctor after mastering the automotive mechanical field and opening and operating a successful shop for 25 years. Dr. Allenby's life-altering decision to further serve humanity as a medical professional caught the attention of media outlets around the country. His story of career change has been featured in many newspapers, television news programs locally and nationally, appearing on CBS Evening News with Steve Hartman, NPR's Morning Edition with Scott Simon, and The Kelly Clarkson Show. As a medical student and graduate from Northeast Ohio Medical University, Dr. Allenby was appointed to the Board of Trustees by Governor John Kasich and was also a member of the Admissions Committee. As part of Cleveland State University's Presidential Search Committee, Dr. Allenby participated in selecting the university's most recent president. As the president of NeoMed's local chapter of Student National Medical Association in 2017 and 18, Dr. Allenby helped promote the ongoing legacy of diversity and inclusion of minority professionals in the field of medicine. Additionally, he obtained 2 bachelor's degrees from Cleveland State University and Ursuline College, graduating summa cum laude from both institutions. He is a member of Alpha Sigma Lambda, Phi Theta Kappa, and Golden Key Honor Societies. Somehow, Dr. Allenby accomplished all of the aforementioned, as a second career while raising a family of 4 with his wife, Kim. To the Central State University graduating class of 2020, as you head into the next chapter of your lives, we are excited to bring you an inspired thinker who is passionate about influencing people from all walks of life to pursue greatness and success by following their dreams and desires. Let's give a warm Marauder welcome to Dr. Carl Allenby.
Congratulations, Central State University, class of 2020. You finally made it. All those years of hard work, studying, laboring through dense textbooks, writing countless papers, showing up every day for class. It's finally over. For now, you can rest, kick back, and take some time off to enjoy your successes. You earned it. You deserve it. I appreciate your campus leadership for inviting me to deliver this year's commencement address. I am humbly grateful for the opportunity to share in the distinguished history of this great institution. I am honored to be speaking to you today. I say this as someone whose story started like many of yours may have begun. There are so many reasons why I shouldn't be a doctor today. Growing up in a poor Cleveland neighborhood, attending an economically deprived school, changing careers from auto mechanics to medicine, being older, raising 4 children, or just being an African American male. Not to mention the myriad challenges of attending medical school. Any of these obstacles could have prevented me from obtaining my dream of becoming a physician. But I am here today because a community of people that walked with me and supported me in my never-ending quest to build a better tomorrow. Before I could build a better tomorrow, I had to have a yesterday. So let me tell you about my yesterday. Growing up, my family didn't have much. We lived in one of the poorest cities of Ohio. We went to schools that were dangerous, and we walked streets littered with drug addicts and dealers and lived daily with the threat of random violence. Traditional college after high school seemed like an unrealistic option. For most where I came from, factory work or the military seemed to be the most viable alternative. My older sister dared to dream of more. I remember vividly when she left for college. She struggled financially trying to pay for tuition, books, room, and board. When she received a school refund check meant to sustain the unexpected costs over the semester, she instead used it to help our parents. Whether it was to replace a badly leaking roof or cover living expenses, she always helped out. That help came at a huge price because eventually she was forced to come home and defer her dream of being the first college graduate in our family. Many years later, she completed her goal, obtaining a doctorate in education, but it wasn't easy. Seeing her struggle in this way made college seem more of a burden rather than a gateway out of poverty. So instead of attending college, I started my business. There's nothing wrong with that. But I did so out of desperation and fear of failure. There were few economic opportunities in my neighborhood. I had to make a way where there was no clear path forward. I would be foolish to say I did this alone. There were many people along my journey who identified my needs, helped me along the way, gave me good advice and support. These people are my family, friends, and professors who have been with me throughout my journey, and their support continues even today. My title or position has never changed the person I am inside. It is true. I used to fix cars for a living. I started a business doing that at the age of 19. It was very successful for 25 years. I was and still am a master technician with the skills to fix almost anything. But around the age of 40, I switched gears, so to speak, downshifted, veered off onto a road less traveled. I put the pedal to the metal and worked my way through medical school to become a physician. It was difficult, especially since I still had my business to run. That required me to spend innumerable hours away from my medical studies, managing employees, taking care of clients, preparing a path forward year after year. But as I reflect on that difficult time, I realize that anything you pursue in life that is worth having takes sacrifice and uncompromising effort. But no matter what position I hold, all of the fame or fortune could not make me a different person than who I have always been, the person my parents and community taught me to be. When I had to give somebody bad news about their car, I spoke to them with the same care and empathy that I now give to a patient who is sick or with a family member about their loved one's health. Dignity and respect. That's what matters most to people. Often, it is not what you say, but how you say it. People will soon forget what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. Today, as we face current world events, let's focus on we first. This idea of empathy, putting yourself in someone else's shoes and having the ability to understand and share the feelings of another is important. When you can imagine the pain and hardships faced by others who are less fortunate, class of 2020, you can better deliver on these needs and form a better world for those around you. This is what I mean by we first. I'm reminded of a day a few years ago when I was pursuing my pre-medical education. I would volunteer some nights after work or school in a local emergency department. Late one night, there was a young woman who was being discharged. She was homeless and had 4 children. The social worker was desperately trying to find a shelter that would accept her and her children, as it was close to 11 p.m. and most were closed for the night. As I walked into her room to see what I could do to help, the look of fear and uncertainty in her children was undeniable. I could see the look of despair in their eyes as they faced sleeping another harsh night outside on the cold streets of Cleveland. One of her children was the same age as the 3-year-older I had at the time. This youngest one was curled up in a chair, visibly exhausted, and trying to find a comfortable position to sleep as her big sister tried to help keep her warm. As I went to get them blankets and whatever food I could find, I couldn't help but wonder what kind of life these children were going to have. What kind of chance would they have at receiving a quality education? How would they get by when they have so little? When will they eat again? How would they overcome the memory of being destitute and desperate for so many of the necessities I and others have become accustomed to having? How could I blame these kids for not pulling themselves up from their bootstraps when they don't even have boots? Then I thought of the mother who was endearing, protective of her children, trying to comfort and reassure her children that everything would be okay and the hospital will find somewhere they could stay. What kind of life must she have had that put her in this situation? Where were the family, friends, and neighbors who should have come to her rescue? I often think of this family, and I pray that life has become a little bit easier for them. It is essential that we help those who have less than us. Like those children, many are victims of their own circumstances through no fault of their own. The truth is, poverty is oftentimes generational. It is hard to escape the grips of a poor education, dangerous neighborhoods, and a lack of economic opportunity. A me-first approach would do little to help that struggling family. However, the we-first approach makes sure we help ease the hardships of others, while we are also helped as we work towards our own goals. In some ways, it seems our focus in this country has always been turned to the idea of me first. Sadly, it is a label that has been more inappropriately placed on your generation. I don't believe that. I believe every generation wants to contribute positively in making the world a better, safer place. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or where you are going in this world. We are all in this together. Every generation, every race, every gender, every nationality, and every religion. We have experienced firsthand the fact that tragedies that affect distant corners of the world can quickly manifest on our doorsteps. The idea that we are immune to the ills of others because they are far away, or because they don't look like us, or because they practice a different religion or come from a different culture is far from the truth. An injustice to one is an injustice to all, once spoken by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. If we see trouble in some other place, whether at our neighbor's house, across town, in a different state, or different country, we should respond with care. It is our duty. It is our duty to help, our duty to make a difference. As President Barack Obama once said, we, the people, Recognize that we have responsibilities as well as rights, that our destinies are bound together, that a freedom which only asks, what's in it for me? A freedom without a commitment to others, a freedom without love or charity or duty or patriotism is unworthy of our founding ideals and those who died in their defense. You owe something to the world and to the next generation. You owe something to the people who are struggling to make ends meet and who need your guidance. Those who weren't as fortunate to receive the fine quality education you've been given at Central State Class of 2020. You owe it to your future employees who are counting on you to be a steadfast leader in the face of adversity. Mostly, you owe it to yourself to be the kind-hearted, hard-working, forward-thinking person you know you can be. We First starts today, Central State graduates. I've been fortunate to know so many people from the diverse communities of Ohio. Wealthy, poor, old, young, gay, straight, from multiple ethnicities. In some way, everyone seems to remind me of someone I already know. I love the connections I'm able to make with my patients, no matter where they are from. I thoroughly enjoy coming to work to make a difference every day. I have been known as Mr. Fix-It throughout my life, and I enjoy helping others with the difficulties they face, no matter if it's their carburetor or a kidney. My first responsibility is to the people I serve. Long ago, I made a commitment to myself to try to grow in diverse ways of thoughts and actions within many facets of my life. I decided to take chances I may not have before, to look adversity in the eye and overcome insurmountable challenges, and to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. These are just some of the things that brought many of you here today. To be great, Class of 2020, we must be willing to do more than the usual. We must chart a path forward that is inclusive, just, and equitable, not only for ourselves, but for others who may not have a voice. We must be willing to try things we're not good at and see our mistakes not as failures, but opportunities to grow and learn. I'd like to welcome all of you to this journey that is inclusive of the needs of others. Let's continue to love one another and realize no matter who we are or where we came from, that we are all in this together. Let us realize when we focus on the concept of we first, we not only achieve our goals and desires, we also uplift those who need us the most. We all have the capacity to make a difference. We are not in isolation. None of us become successful on our own. No person builds a legacy without the love, sacrifice, and support of others. Think about the family members, friends, and professors who helped you get to this momentous day. These are the people who have supported you throughout this journey. Some of them have made great sacrifices to get you to this point. Many have had you in their prayers and have called you just to see how you are doing and if there's anything they can do to help. Most of them ask for nothing in return for the unyielding love and support they've bestowed upon you. Your success today is their payment. Together, we celebrate all your accomplishments. Together, we commemorate your hard work and the dedication you have employed to get to this moment. I cannot begin to tell you how proud I am of each and every one of you for the effort you have shown to obtain your degree and the lasting legacy this will have for you and your families. Today, we relish in the glory of your success. Tomorrow, you embark on a new phase of a journey that will build upon your acquired knowledge. By now, you have learned that success does not come easy. Former U.S. Defense Secretary General Colin Powell said it best. A dream does not become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. The commitment one has in achieving his or her dreams has to be unwavering, unyielding, and focused. At this point, I know some of you must be thinking, the hard part is over. I finally made it and now I could slow down and take it easy. Sure, You can slow down, but the forward momentum must persist. Some of you have fulfilled a family tradition of being college educated and have been guided most of your lives through this process. For others, you may be the first in your family to seek and obtain a higher education. Either way, you've arrived, and I applaud your success. But now, it's time to get out there and make a difference. Believe it or not, you still have so much work to do. We still have so much work to do. We can always accomplish another milestone, always another challenge, always another goal to reach, and another achievement to conquer. This degree is only the start of a new challenge. And you will have many new challenges in your personal and professional lives. With each new challenge comes the opportunity to create a new future for yourselves and others. It all starts today. Our current worldwide pandemic has affirmed that we need each and every one of your brilliant minds in the workforce today. With our advancements in medicine, research, and global health, who could have foreseen or been prepared for a health crisis of this magnitude? This signifies to me we have a long way to go and much more work to do. Class of 2020, we need the best of you now more than ever. Your best ideas, your best collaborations, and the best of your compassion to serve others in whatever capacity you have been prepared to do over these past several years by the dedicated faculty and staff at Central State University. We continue to need advancements in the health and science fields to recognize today's health problems and tomorrow's health threats. We need business people to make sure we are making the products we will need to sustain our economies and our well-being. We need entrepreneurs who have the spirit of ingenuity to service the needs and demands of others. We need politicians who understand the need of working together towards a common goal for the good of all. And we need educators to help us learn from the lessons of our past so that we are better prepared to train the scientists, business people, and public servants of the future. It all starts here. It starts today with you. Congratulations, Central State University, class of 2020. I'm looking forward to hearing of all the great accomplishments your class brings to the world around us. Best of luck to all of you, and thank you for sharing this historic day of your success with me.
As the University Registrar, will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science in the College of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences please rise where you are? Shanice Adams, Jasmine Alexander, Alexis Anderson, Taranisha Ashley, Paris Barton, Kyla Benson, Jasmine Bowden, Jonae Boykin, Stefan Brantley, Lauren Brooks, Destiny Brown Oliver, Terriona Bryan, Milton Cherry, Whitney Childers, Bria Clay, Tyree Conwell, Jania Cooper, Deandra Craig, Kyla Kroom, Deasia Davis, Tamala Dismuke, Jasmine Dixon, Deza Dudley, Nazaria Durham, Markia Durr, Kiera Ellis, Thomas Ellison, Jade Elsie, Chyla Garrett, Quentin Glaspie, Michael Glenn, Darren Gooch, Jaleisha Govin, Lenice Gray, Raquel Gray, Anthony Green, Rolando Gunn, Tamara Hankins, Byron Harvey, Asia Hayes, Thomas Hayward, Talia Hill, Diamir Hollis, Kelly Howard, Abdur Rahim Nkosi Shabazz, Ariana Jackson, Asia Jackson, Courtney Jackson, Aaron Jackson, Sydney Jackson, Kelly Jefferson, Destiny Johnson, Janae Johnson, Courtney Jones, Janae Jones, Ajane King, Ophelia Knight, Takel Lawson, Raquel Leitner, Candace Martin Cunningham, April Matthews, Jonai Mayfield, Morgan Mayfield, Marquan McCrite, Shakina Meadows, Chad Mills, Aikiobi Moncray, Camille Montgomery, Jessica Morris, Sabrina Mosley, Shamar Moss, Tanja Moss, Jordan Motley, Shamel Parker, Natasha Peace, Raina Pelly, Jameer Perry, Richard Powell Russell, Aaron Quick, Robin Ramming, Marquez Reddick, Deontay Reese, Joshua Richardson, Tyler Roseberry, Keishia Ross, Marcella Ross, Shantae Salisbury, Kalisha Scott, Diana Sears, Daphne Say, Dominic Smith, Diamond Snell, Brandon Stivers, Tiana Searles, Prasina Talton, Ashanti Taylor, Eric Taylor, Micah Turner, Aria Warren, Jameson Washington, Alicia West, Brandon Williams. Stranger Williams. Deanna Wilson. Valerie Wood. Shayla Woods. Natasia Young. Amber Zanders. Madam President, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university and the College of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences, are recommended to you for the formal conferral of their respective degrees. Candidates, you may be seated.
As Dean of the College of Business, will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the College of Business please rise wherever you are. Darielle Anderson. Taya Andrews. Ashley Archer. Anthony Archie. Marquise Barry Harvey. Deja Blakely. Jamie Brown. Vashti Cantor. Renier Carey. Mariah Chapman Rucker. Martell Chrysler. Rael Davis. Kennedy Denard. Marquiana Dotson. Kendall Dowdell. Michael Eggleton. Devinette Ferguson. Mariama Garba. Emery Garrett. Armani G. Taylor Hayes. O'Shea Henry. Tierra Herndon. Kenneth Hughes. Jade Irving. Sammy Jean Claude. Toje Jeff. Adea Johnson. Alexis Joyner. Ariel Jones. Asia Jones. Delana Jones. Maurice Jones. Vincent Knowles. Lamar Lee. Brandon Moore. Joseph Akori. Jonathan Pierce. Antoine Polk. Aaron Pope. Tanisa Powell. Latrell Riley. Derek Roberts. Cedric Roby. Takia Ruff. Candence Satterwhite. Wesley Simpkins. Bria Spalding. Kiera Tapley. Justin Taylor. Jayla Thaxton. Marissa Thompson. Alexander Walker. Dayton Wallace. Morgan Washington. Jade Watson. Jordan Watson. Elantris Wills. Hope Winchester. Maurice Young. Madam President, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university and the College of Business, are recommended to you for the formal conferral of their respective degrees. Candidates, you may be seated.
As Dean of the College of Engineering, Science, Technology, and Agriculture, I ask that the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in the College of Engineering, Science, Technology, and Agriculture please rise.
Jakara Aaron. Chantel Alexander. Brandy Baker. Veronica Barnes. Emmanuel Burgeon. Jerica Brown. Melody Bryant. Aisha Burns. Charles Chirume. Candace Crawford. Aaron Crutcher. Jabrielle Cummings. Deshalion Curtis. Sandria Daly. Charity Edwards. Brooke Foster. Esperanza Garay. LaShawn Gaston. Alicia Helm. Karim Hill. Corey Holliday. Desiree Howard. Kaisha James. Maisha James. Marcus Jenkins. Tom Johnson. Tori Johnson. Keturah Jones. Daniel Lee. Danielle Little. Crystal Mitchell. Courtney Reed Slocum.
Jewel Rollins.
Jordan Rosichan. Ayana Russell. Joseph Russell. Evelyn Sadler. Tamia Thomas. Roche Timmons. Jasmine Walker. Michaela Watson. Freddie Welch. Brooke White. Andrew Willis. Maurice Wright.
Madam President, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements by the university and the College of Engineering, Science, Technology, and Agriculture, I recommend it to you for the formal conferral of their respective degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
As the Dean of the College of Education, I ask that the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Science in Education in the College of Education please rise wherever you are. Ronnie Axon, Paul Brooks, Ashante Cherie Cambez, Jasmine Dotson, Rakia Estridge, Jovan Eder, Takia Gilbert, Ariel Hardaway, Devontae Jackson, Braxton Jeter, Ariel Mitchell, Martin Oliver, Tarazis Saffold, Kajamas Sanders, Juan Scott, Darius Thomas, Mackenzie Turrentine, Trinity White. Madam President, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university and the College of Education, are recommended to you for the formal conferral of their respective degrees. Candidates, you may be seated.
Upon the recommendation of the University Faculty Senate and the approval of the Board of Trustees, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio, and upon final confirmation that all requirements have been completed, I hereby confer upon each of you, the members of the class of 2020 of Central State University, the respective degree which you have earned with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Graduates receiving the baccalaureate degree, please rise wherever you are. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left. This ceremonial action signifies that you have earned your degree. Graduates, one more time, a salute to Marauder land.
My name is Edwin H. Lloyd, and I am president of the National Alumni Association, the class of 1978. It is indeed my pleasure to share this auspicious occasion with you and your respective families. Congratulations, graduates of Central State University, class of 2020. I welcome you to the Central State University National Alumni Association. The National Alumni Association serves as an ambassador for potential students and Central State University. So I encourage you to get involved in your local alumni chapters. Central State University needs your support. As the great philosopher Dr. Seuss notes, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You are on your own and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. My fellow alums, your future is bright despite the challenges. Matthew 21:22 notes that whatever you believe, if you ask it in prayer, you will receive it. I sincerely wish you the best in your future endeavors, be it in the corporate setting, graduate school, or in the classroom teaching. I pray that God will bless each of you in abundance. Thank you. Now, if you will stand so that we may recite in unison the Pledge of Devotion for the senior class to the university. Whereas Central State University grants to us responsibility and opportunity in its ranks of its graduates. Therefore, I will continue my devotion and my allegiance throughout the years ahead for the university and will practice its ideals in appreciation of the opportunities given to me at Central State University. I will maintain the precepts and standards of my alma mater in character and citizenship and strive to incite a like respect and reverence by others who may disregard them. I will search for truth, strive for goodness, and build with integrity and competence in the years ahead through the work that I do and my attitude toward it. I will seek with dignity and courage the better life for others, for myself, and for my alma mater. I will transmit the heritage of this university, not less, but greater and more beautifully than it was transmitted to me. I will use my life and my education for the advancement of a more worthy future for our state, our nation, and our world. For God, for Central, for state.
To the class of 2020, I bring congratulations and best wishes from the Board of Trustees. It goes without saying that this class is indeed special. You are special because you have approached the challenge of higher education and persevered the academic rigor that comes along with it, which is why you are here today. Central State University has prepared you for the future you will face, not just by way of the academic preparation that you have already established your mastery of, but by way of the intangible skills you have developed over the years, often without realization. I will highlight 3 of these skills that I believe will be crucial as you enter this next phase of life. Number 1, communication. Communication is the cornerstone of our society. The current situation has magnified the need for clear, concise, and accurate communication, whether written or oral. While at Central State, you've had the opportunity to hone this skill to convey your wants, needs from faculty and staff, and most importantly, to convey your dreams and aspirations. Number 2, adaptability. Our current societal situation requires individuals who can quickly assess facts and determine the most appropriate solutions. This skill is also critical when things are not or do not go the way you expected. As you matriculate into the next phase of life, the ability to quickly adapt to a given situation or set of circumstances will be paramount. Number 3, critical thinking. Your generation, probably more than any other in history, has had access to more information than ever. The computer that is in your pocket, you call it a phone, is a window to a massive labyrinth of information and data. Unfortunately, it is up to you to determine what is credible and what is not. Your experiences at Central State required you to hone this skill in the classroom, in your dorm room, and at your internship, where you were required to process information and assess the best course of action based on the information provided. I stated at the outset that this class is special. You have been selected at this time in history to go forth into a world that many call uncertain. My faith tells me that God doesn't make mistakes, so I know that this class is special because each of you will go forward with the preparation you have received at Central State, both academic and intangible, and you will make the uncertain certain for God, for Central, for state. Congratulations, class of 2020.
God, the world may not be ready for this group of scholars, but it's okay. We know that you didn't bring them this far to leave them, so we will stay tuned and we will save the date. You, O God, who have begun a good work in these young people, will certainly complete it. In the meantime, may the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.
Hey everyone, my name is Alicia West. I'm a sociology major. I just want to say thank you to all my family and friends who supported me along the way. Everyone I met at Central and kept supporting me. I just want to say thank you. I still remember getting dropped off during Pirate Week, and it was just, we finally did it.
Hey guys, my name is Desiree Howard. I'm graduating with a BS in biology, and I wanted to take this time to thank my teammates, my coaches, the athletics department, the STEM department, and most importantly my mom, because she's the one that really got me through the semester. I can't thank all of you guys enough. I really love each and every one of you because you guys have all helped me get here, and I'm just very excited and grateful to announce that I'm officially a Centralian.
Y'all, my name is Dominic Smith. I'm a 2020 graduate, Central State University. Just want to say persevere, man. You can get through it, man. We did it.
Hello to my fellow Centralians. I want to give a special shout out to my mother, my parents, my aunties, uncles, whole support system, my friends that I gained at Central State while I've been here, and the professors and different faculty that mentored me and been there for me. And also I want to give blessings and good luck to my fellow classmates, and have a great year.
Hey y'all, my name is Morgan Mayfield. I major in criminal justice, and I just want to say thank you to my mom for carrying me throughout my whole college experience, making sure that I have, everything that I need, motivating me, supporting me. And I also want to say thank you to my friends for just being there for me.
What's up, man? Shout out to the class of 2020, man. I know we're going through a rough patch right now, but this is something we can all come together and celebrate with family and friends. One memory I had was the old Marauder calf. It was small, but it kept us all together, and that's something I really appreciated. And I just want to give a big shout out to all the staff members that really helped me get here, really pushed me to stay in school. Shout out to Miss Morton, shout out to Miss Owens, and shout out to Miss Turner, and shout out to many more if I didn't get the chance to mention. And I really appreciate you. Thank you. God bless.
Do it, y'all. We feel like, hey, you know we are.